Hi CrossFit DC, happy Friday. Got one more workout for you this week. Before I talk about this, just a reminder, we've got the Zoom classes every day. You can check WOD for the links to access those. In addition, we have the burpee challenge coming up on Saturday. The purpose of that is really just to kind of get a workout in and get hungry enough to support a local business. So check Instagram for that. Coach Steve will be running a 9 o'clock group burpee workout, but you can hop on FaceTime and do it with a friend as well. More info on Instagram, but again, feel free to shoot us a message if you have more questions. So today we've got a strength portion followed by some accessory work, not for time, given our Metcon bones a little bit of a break today. So for the strength portion, we've got front squats. We're looking at 6 sets of 5 to 8. We're trying to go as heavy as possible there. So if you're able to load this, if you're lucky enough to have a barbell, that would be kind of the best way to load this front squat position. Otherwise, a backpack loaded with some stuff, or kettlebell, dumbbell, whatever you have. So before we talk about the next piece here, we'll just kind of tackle this front squat portion. So I've got a dumbbell here. If this is all you have, and this is a relatively light weight for you, you could add a tempo to it to make it a little bit more challenging. Maybe do 3 seconds down, hold that bottom position for 2 seconds, and then stand up. If it's heavy enough on its own, you can bias whichever side of that rep scheme makes sense for you. So 5 if it's on the heavier side, or 8 if it's on the lighter. It is 6 sets, so it's a little bit more sets than you normally see in the strength portion for front squats, but again, we're kind of working with random implements in the world. So just to kind of demonstrate here, this dumbbell, if you were to hold this kind of in that goblet position like so, and you wanted to execute this at a tempo of 3-2-x1, for example, would be 1, 2, 3, hold, 2, stand, 1, and repeat. So again, just another option for you if you don't have a ton of weight options, but you want to get a little bit of control kind of built into that portion today. So that's the front squat portion. Again, a backpack can be loaded up as well. It's a little awkward, but fighting for that front rack position, working on those muscles there. So that's the first portion. And then once you get through that, we've got 3 rounds, not for time, of 10 to 15 single leg squats per side. I'll demonstrate that kind of with the couch, or you can use a chair. A staircase will be very valuable today for this, as well as another movement we have. 15 hollow rocks to get the core going, and then 10 to 15 single leg calf raises with negative. So I've got a plate which you can demonstrate on if you have something to hold on to. Again, that staircase I mentioned would be pretty valuable there as well. Just anything where you can get your heel kind of elevated above where your toe is so that you can execute that negative. And then finally, 15 windshield wipers to hit that core one more time. So we'll demonstrate each of these things, and then we'll let you guys get to it. So for that first movement there, 10 to 15 single leg split squats. These are unweighted. If that's something that you do often and you want to weight it, you're more than welcome to add some weight, but these are not meant to be weighted today. So for example, the couch here would be one way to kind of get into this position. Basically just trying to get this one leg to do the work. So once that leg is in that position, you'll execute that squat, kind of keeping all squat things in mind in terms of pattern here. Stand yourself up, come on down, and then up, so on and so forth. 10 to 15 reps per side. So once you get through all the reps on one, you would switch to the other. The same thing can be accomplished on a chair, or if a staircase is kind of arranged in such a way where you can get yourself in that position, that may work as well. For those hollow rocks, just to review, we've been doing these quite a bit lately. From this position here, you will squeeze your core, trying to eliminate that space between your back and the lower floor. And then from this position here, holding this position the whole time, trying to kind of keep this banana shape as you rock. And the goal is really not to get those feet far away from the floor. It's to kind of just hold that position as you kind of rock through. And then for the next movement there, we've got 10 to 15 of those single leg calf raises with the negative per side. So a plate may work if you have one that has enough depth to it here like this. Again, it helps to have kind of something to hold on to just for stability. So I have a chair here, just as an example. So for this case here, I'm gonna use my left foot as the example. I come all the way up, get my toe closer to the edge here, let my heel come down, and then up, and then my toe come down. Again, if you did this closer to a wall, that would probably be a little bit more helpful. But again, pressing yourself up, and then letting it come down, so on and so forth. So again, if you can find a place where you can set that plate up where you have something to kind of create some stability there, that helps a lot. Again, a staircase works well if you have a railing or a wall to kind of help stabilize there. And then finally, for those windshield wipers, again, this is a movement we've seen a bit lately. Just to get the core involved one more time. In this position, let's see if I can stay in view here. Couple options if you're able. The most important thing, regardless of which option you choose, is you want those shoulders to be glued to the floor. So full option here would be legs fully extended, letting them come off to one side as far as you can go without letting that shoulder lose the ground. Come all the way up, switch to the other side. You can make that more challenging by squeezing back between your feet, for example. Way to scale down on that, still keeping those shoulders glued to the floor, palms down, just keep those knees in. You can kind of create that same pattern, off to one side, and then off to the other, and then repeat. So again, the goal is quality today. We're not looking to rush through this. Just 3 rounds now for time. Really focus on good solid positions as you go through these movements today. If any of this is hard to see, obviously SugarWOD, we have everything posted there. And again, hop on a class. Tomorrow we have class at 7 a.m., noon, as well as 6 p.m. So if you have any questions, feel free to hop on or shoot us a message. That's it. Hope to see you guys soon.